Can we have a few words from Johnny, please?
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for honoring my father. And I like to say, when I say I honor my father, I also honor those who stood next to him and beside him and stood for him. People like Philip Veracruz, Pete Velasco, Andy Umatan, and many, many other leaders that came in the early 60s, 70s, actually early, prior to that, since the 1900s. And I also like to acknowledge the fact that most of the Manongs were also veterans who fought during World War II. And many of them were out in the fields fighting for the injustice that was happening and also fighting for our homeland and our country here. And I'm very honored, my family is honored to be here. And it's been a long journey to get to this place because we do need leadership, the leadership that we have here on the stage. And in order to know our future, we have to know our past. So thank you very much.
This is a tribute award to Philip Veracruz. Philip Veracruz taught us that the Filipino decision of the Delano Grape Strike delivered the initial spark to explode the most brilliant incendiary bomb for social, economic, and political changes in U.S. rural life. And we give this to his nephew, Mr. Gapasin.
On behalf of my family, I want to thank the festival for recognizing Philip, Larry, and Dolores. A lot has been said about how the Filipinos actually, it was 1300 if I remember right, and they sat down in the field. I was a combat soldier in Vietnam, and my uncle wrote to me and told me that Filipinos sat down in the field, but they stood up for social justice for all workers. And the thing that I recall, having talked to leaders of the farm worker movement, including Dolores, is that when they committed to joining and demonstrating solidarity and created that movement that changed the world, did you know that the National Farm Workers Association had less than $100 in their treasury? And they committed to it because it was the right thing to do. And the thing is that what I think the United Farm Worker Movement stood for is the right thing to do. And I think it's a model for unionism that can change this world, make it a better place to be. Thank you.
The next tribute is to Dolores Huerta, a lifetime organizer for change, a builder of equality movements, a leader empowering communities, the embodiment of the rights and freedoms that nurtures and sustains our democracy.
Thank you very much. I feel very honored to receive this, and I receive it on behalf of all of the farm workers, the Filipino farm workers especially, for all of the suffering that they did, and for all the perseverance that they had throughout the whole strike that we had, the 5-year great strike and the boycott. And I just wanted to share with you a few things that you may not know. But Larry Ibiang and I were both from Stockton. Okay, anybody from Stockton, California? And when we started to organize the farm workers, everybody said, they said, I have to find a Filipino leader. And everybody I went to speak to, they said, you have to find Larry Ibiang. He is the leader of the farm workers. Because there have been many other strikes. There have been strikes in the asparagus. There have been strikes over there in Salinas of the Filipino farm workers. And Larry Ibiang was always involved in that. So I went to everybody, can you help me find this man, Larry Ibiang? And I finally found him. And I went and I talked to him. I said, we're organizing farm workers, Larry. Can you help us? And of course he said yes. And we maintained that friendship and that communication that we always needed between both of us. So I was very happy about that. And I also want to say to you about, we mentioned Brother Andy Inutan. Andy was a great leader also. And Brother Pete Velasco was the Secretary-Treasurer of the United Farm Workers. And he stayed with the union until he passed away. He was there with us. His widow, Dolores Velasco, still lives up there at the headquarters there with Cesar Chavez's widow, Helen Chavez. So I invite you to come and visit there at the United Farm Workers headquarters. Right there is going towards Tehachapi. So come there. And another thing is Luis Turok, the head of the Hakpala Hut. You know who that is, right? He also came. He came to Delano, and he came to the headquarters of the United Farm Workers, and his niece stayed and worked with us for very many years. So our connection and our bond is a very, very strong one. And I just want to say to the Filipino community, thank you for celebrating this day, because a lot of people do not know of the struggle of the Filipinos and of the fight for independence from Spain, and how that was thwarted by the United States of America. And I want to thank you because, like the Filipino farm workers in Delano, the Manongs, picketed every single day for 5 years until we won, and went out to places like New York and Chicago and Maryland on the boycott without knowing anybody out there. The Filipino community and the Filipino people, you are so righteous and you are so forgiving. And in spite of all the discrimination, Filipinos are still there. We have fought for the United States and continue to be here when we need them. And also, your courage, okay? The courage of the Filipinos is remarkable. So I want to thank you for everything that you have done for everyone here in the United States, and especially for the farm workers. And so I want to say, and I want you to join me, and I want to say a big old mabuhay! 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 And we're going to continue to work together, and don't forget, we're going to have elections. And we want to make sure we get good people elected so we can get more judges, like our Chief Justice here. Because the people are in, the governor appoints the judges, the president appoints the judges. And we want to make sure we get people elected that are going to give us more leadership and more judges that we deserve. ¿Se puede o no se puede? Sí,